Hey everybody, Nick here, your host, and thank you for tuning into this special episode of Game Pulse E3. As you may be aware, I haven't done a Game Pulse in a couple days, but it's been about a week, so definitely ready to bring you guys the latest news. But since last week, well, a couple days ago, E3 has been kind of going on. Some big name companies have been revealing their upcoming games, even though E3 isn't officially quote-unquote going on, but nonetheless we are seeing some games from E3, so this episode's somewhat different. Usually I would basically say all of the video games in orders of Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, PC, all the consoles, and whatever else I could find, but on this episode, and until E3 is over, I will just be getting all the information together and just giving it to you guys, whoever's listening, so stay tuned for that. So tomorrow will be whatever is going on today at E3. So from today, June 12th, from last week, is all the news on this episode. So let's get right to it. So yesterday, Microsoft had their E3 and they released a lot of stuff. So I will be talking about Microsoft a lot, but not the entire episode of this E3 podcast. So, the game Metro Exodus, following the Metro games Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, is launching in 2018, so next year, for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Metro Exodus is a first-person shooter from 4A Games that blends deadly combat and stealth with exploration and survival horror. It is actually based on books by Dmitry Glukhovsky that spans the entire year through spring, summer, and autumn to the depths of nuclear winter. If you haven't played Metro 23 or Last Light, go pick up Metro Redo or Redux. They have them both, and they're both really good games, kind of scary too, but nonetheless they're really good. Let me tell you, I beat 2033, and that was pretty unnerving. I am about halfway through Last Light, but I haven't picked it up yet. Well, picked it back up yet. So, Bethesda, they also had their E3 yesterday, their conference, and they actually talked about pretty much all their games, but they said Skyrim and Fallout 4 are getting a creation club for new content, and this will include new items, weapons, outfits, and accessories. And the creation club content is fully curated by Bethesda and is compatible with the main games and their add-ons. Bethesda also announced that mods for Skyrim and Fallout 4 have collectively passed 300 million downloads on consoles. The Creation Club for Skyrim and Fallout 4 will launch in summer 2017, so since it's June, it should launch this month, or July, or August, or even September, but it'll launch on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. You have to actually go to the website and apply for Creation Club, and it doesn't sound easy because you have to submit documentation pitches, and then Bethesda has to approve it, so hopefully you can submit something good and let me know, because I'd love to play it. Bethesda also showed gameplay of Doom VR. So it's officially titled Doom VFR, and it's VR through the HTC Vive, not the PSVR, which is kind of lame, but the Vive. And no specific release date was announced yet, but it's set to launch by the end of the year. Everything that Bethesda talked about yesterday, they said it's launching between now and the end of 2017. So there'll be some things here that I don't have a date for, but they're launching in the next 6 months, so be aware of that. So another game Bethesda announced was Dishonored 2. It was revealed, and a new standalone DLC for Dishonored 2 called Death of the Outsider. And the gameplay for Dishonored 2 was pretty crazy. I never played the first game, but watching the trailer for the second one, I might want to pick it up. And the DLC is confirmed to release on September 15th as a standalone physical and digital release for $30 or £20. And so if that's December 15th, I'm not sure if I have the date here, but I think it's going to be the same date or a little bit before. So that'd be pretty cool to see. Kind of weird that they already have DLC for the game though already, you know. I don't really like that, considering since they could just included it, but whatever. We'll see. Especially since the DLC is $30. That's a lot. Better be like another half of the game or something. Who knows? So another game that Bethesda released is called Elder Scrolls Legends, and it's a free-to-play card game to iPhone and Android phones. And they announced during E3 yesterday that Bethesda's revealed the new Skyrim expansion is coming to it in June. The Heroes of Skyrim update is launching on June 29th, so about 2 weeks or so. The expansion adds 150 new cards to the game and introduces new mechanics. So that's pretty cool that it'll come free to play on our phones and we'll get the expansion for free. The Elder Scrolls Legends is already available on PC, iPad, and Android tablets, so it's on the tablets already, but not the phones. So that's not too bad. I bet you could probably start playing now on like your iPad or your Android tablet, and then whenever it comes, just transfer the data over to your phone, and there you go. I don't know. I haven't played it yet, but I may have to pick it up and see how it is. I wonder if it's like Gwent at all, which is pretty interesting with the Witcher's card game. Also at Bethesda's E3 conference, they talked about Skyrim coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it will have amiibo support. The trailer that they showed, you can scan a Zelda or Link amiibo, and you'll unlock the Master Sword, the Hymean Shield, and Champion's Tunic. And you'll be able to use the Joy-Cons motion controls to shoot bow and arrows and pick locks, and use your sword and shield to attack and defend. So that's pretty cool. And the Dawn Guard, Earthfire, and Dragonborn expansions are all included. So that's pretty cool. I wonder if they have mods, because mods in Skyrim is always like 100 times better. So, I mean, I don't think they'll have mods, but who knows. That's pretty cool though that they're giving away the game and all its expansions. And you could basically be Link. So that's pretty cool. The Evil Within. We are actually getting a sequel of it, according to Bethesda and the E3 last night. The Evil Within 2 will launch on Friday, October 13th of 2017 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The sequel is being developed by Tango Gameworks out of Japan, and it is being ran by Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami. And the trailer was pretty intense. Apparently you'll have to like save your daughter, and we see some in-game characters, but we don't really see what else is really revealed. The trailer was pretty crazy, pretty intense. I highly recommend you go check it out. And I have the Evil Within, but I haven't touched it, so it looks like now's a great time for me to pick it up, beat it, and pick up the second one on October 13th of Friday, October 13th. Oof. Too bad Friday the 13th doesn't come out then. Also, Bethesda, yeah, they released a lot. They are releasing Fallout 4 VR, and that is also coming to the HTC Vive this October. They didn't mention any other platforms besides Xbox, but they mentioned in their quotes that, quote unquote, you can't even imagine what it's like playing in VR and how realistic it looks and everywhere you turn your head. It is going to blow your mind. It is the craziest thing you've ever seen. So, I mean, looking at the trailer, you could just type up Fallout 4 VR and check it out. I think it looks pretty cool. I would probably replay Fallout in VR. I mean, I don't know about the entire game, but some parts would definitely be awesome to see. Definitely immerse yourself into Fallout. So, maybe a hardcore mode in VR. Definitely. Hardcore mode in real life too. Like, oh man, I need some water because I'm gonna die here. So, also Bethesda, once again, they announced the next Wolfenstein game. And it's called Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. And it's coming this year. And the trailer was pretty impressive. I liked it a lot. I never played the Wolfenstein games, but this makes me really want to play them, just so I can play the second one. And it comes out October 27th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So, moving on from Bethesda, a new Mega Man game comes out. Well, not just one new one. Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 arrives this August on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The collection will be able to play Mega Man 7, 8, 9, and 10. And apparently, they have a new function added to the game that makes it a lot easier. So you get extra armors, which has all the damage done to you. You also get more checkpoints, and much more. The Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 will arrive August 8th and will only cost $20. So that's pretty cool. 4 games for $20, $5 each. Why not, Mega Man fans? And so we're moving on to something sort of sad, I guess you could say. Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, however you want to pronounce it, their game For Honor. A lot of people played it, but as the time went on, a lot of people dropped out. Apparently, according to various websites, the player base has dropped to 95%. So they don't know why, but maybe just the game For Honor didn't seem to resonate with the players. I don't know. I played the demo of it. It was interesting. Just, I don't know. I couldn't really see myself spending $60 on it or more with microtransactions. I mean, who knows if it's the reason? Maybe because of dedicated servers or the new IP or glitches and bugs. I have no clue. But apparently people were boycotting it, and I guess so. I'm not really sure why, but I don't see For Honor really doing well, and I can't see them making a sequel. So yeah, moving on to even sadder news, Shenmue 3. It's in development for PC and PS4, but it won't release this year, as originally announced. Yu Suzuki himself confirmed that it won't be coming in 2017, it'll be coming in 2018. And on the Kickstarter page, Yu Suzuki confirmed that the game will release in the second half of 2018. So at least we get some sort of timestamp, but who knows. So next year, Shenmue 3 launches on PC and PS4 next year in all regions. So I guess even more sad news, well, depends on how you want to look at it. The company, the developer behind the Witcher series, CD Projekt Red, and the upcoming game, Cyberpunk 2077, they released a letter to the public, and it's basically saying that they got a breach in the company's internal files, and an anonymous individual or individuals has stolen property directly related to Cyberpunk 2077. And the worst part is they're holding it for ransom. So CD Projekt Red, they said that they will not be giving in to the demands of the person or persons, and the people, what they took from CD Projekt Red was an older model and data and everything from Cyberpunk 2077, so they said it doesn't reflect on what they have now, but at least it's still something to let the fans know, like, oh, okay, they're going in this direction, oh, it looks cool. But CD Projekt Red said that they are asking assistance from the gaming community, so if something turns up related to Cyberpunk 2077, everyone should contact CD Projekt Red immediately. So for now, the company is leaving it to the authorities. So CD Projekt Red is pretty much trying to set everything straight, like, hey, don't take from us, because we'll turn you in, whoever you are. So, in bigger news, yesterday at Microsoft's E3 press briefing, the Xbox Scorpio officially got its name, called the Xbox One X. Yep, that's its name. Microsoft plans to have 22 titles ready for launch, and the Xbox One X is priced at $499.99, so $500, and it's scheduled to launch worldwide on November 7th. It comes with a 1 terabyte hard disk inside it and a ultra high definition Blu-ray player, and it will include a liquid cooled vapor chamber, and that is used more often with servers and high-end PC cards. They have a lot more details, but I won't bore you with all the specifics and such. So you can just Google that if you want to. But yeah, I'm not a Microsoft guy, but the XOX looks pretty cool. Like, it looks very sleek, and apparently it only weighs 8.5 pounds, so it's not that heavy, and it's a little bit bigger than the Switch. So I like how it looks, and I like how Microsoft said that the XOX will support games from the Xbox Original, the 360, and the Xbox One. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. I wish Sony and Nintendo did that, but yeah, it doesn't look like that they are anytime soon. So good job, Microsoft. You won that round. But yeah, we'll talk more about the XOX when we get more information. So, Far Cry 5, as you may have known by now, is coming out on February 27th, 2018 on Xbox One, Xbox One X, PS4, and PC. And there's a trailer out now that's showcasing a lot of the gameplay of it, the weapons, the people, the gameplay. So go check that out if you're interested in Far Cry 5. I know I am, and I can't wait for it, definitely. Also, one of the games that will be launching on the Xbox One X is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So if you haven't heard of that game, it's on Steam right now. That's the only way to play it, and it will launch only on PlayerUnknown. It will launch only on the Xbox One X. So that's pretty cool, and the game is pretty cool sounding. I haven't picked it up myself yet, but I really wish I could. It sounds really awesome. It's like a Hunger Games Battle Royale kind of style game, and I hear the game modes are actually like really fun. So I'm definitely looking into it, and I can't wait to play it whenever I can. So moving on, BioWare, they gave us a new IP, and the game is called Anthem. They showed some gameplay of it, what the exploration looks like, and the co-op mode, and the aesthetics kind of bear similar resemblance to Horizon Zero Dawn, in my opinion, and they have like advanced weapons. It kind of looks like a little bit like Destiny style in a way, but it's not. People are making jokes online about how Anthem is Destiny, but we'll have to see. Anthem doesn't have a release date yet, but everybody's saying it'll be probably a multi-platform release, so that's pretty nice. So we'll definitely check into it when it comes closer. So Final Fantasy. The game Dissidia Final Fantasy NT will be making its way to consoles in 2018, and it will be a port to the PS4. To people who have been able to play it in Japanese arcades, the title is pretty popular, and Dissidia made its way to the arcade in 2015, and it was a higher success than its PSP's version that was available. The game currently features 22 heroes and villains coming from across Final Fantasy series, and it will be pretty fun to have a ported version on the PS4. I haven't found a release date yet, but it should be coming out sometime. Oh, that's right, 2018. That's right. So that's pretty nice. So I talked about this game a couple episodes ago, and it's Wild West Online, and it's titled WWO, and it will have a closed alpha stage, closed beta stage, and a full game release. So they don't know if they'll have downtime in between transitioning from the closed alpha, closed beta, or the full game release. So people are wondering, when can I play Wild West Online? The answer is now announced. The closed alpha will begin end of July 2017. The closed beta will begin mid-fall 2017, and the full game will be released December 2017. So if you don't want to participate in the closed alpha or closed beta, that's totally fine. Just wait till December and you can play the entire game. But right now, the game is offering 3 packages: County, Pioneer, and Collector, and they all range in various prices. The prices are 20 euros, 40 euros, or 60 euros. So you could look this up online, Wild West Online, and see about all these different package details. They go into details that I don't really want to bore you with if you're not a fan of WWO. So go Google that and go check that out. I definitely would like to support them. Sounds like a really fun game, but we'll have to see. I'll have to check into it and check it out. So Pokemon Go has already been out for an entire year, and to celebrate it, developers have decided to give gamers both an in-game event and a real-world one in Chicago this year. The easy-to-access in-game event starts June 13th tomorrow, and is called the Solstice event. It will feature XP bonuses for accurate throws, Ice and Fire-type Pokemon can be found, and discounted lucky eggs. There will also be some type of collaborative group play feature added in a following update. It's going to be hard for everybody to get to Chicago. I don't know why they only have it one area, who knows, but it'll be on July 22nd. And the Pokemon Go Fest Chicago will start at Grant Park in Chicago, and what the event will host other than exciting festivities is of yet unknown. So if you're still one of those people that play Pokemon Go and live in the Chicago area or can travel there, July 22nd, go ahead and go take place in the first year anniversary of Pokemon Go. So another game that was announced the last couple days or at E3 is called Fortnite. Fortnite. and it's developed by the people over at Epic Games. It's a cross between Left 4 Dead and Minecraft. So you have to build to survive in this zombie-esque type game with hordes of dead coming at you constantly and a whole team of friends to back you up. So it's up to you to survive a fortnight, which is 14 days, against the horde of zombies. It's been in development since 2011 when it was first announced, and it is now finally being released for early access July 25th. So we're finally getting something, so that's pretty nice. But it will be out on Xbox One, PC, Mac, and PS4. No release date yet, but hoping this year. So, since E3 is going on right now, PlayStation's offering some sales. If you haven't heard yet, they are offering their Days of Play sale that started on June 9th and will end on June 16th. Things like PS Plus is on sale, Call of Duty, Neo, Prey, Uncharted 4, Battlefield 1, Yooka-Laylee, and much more. So if you want to save some money with some great games, go check that out right now on the PS Store or even online. So a game that was also released was Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let me just say, they have a trailer, and if you're a Star Wars fan, go check that out, definitely. But the gameplay is much improved, thanks to the new Defined Class system, which brings an element of strategic team play and makes the combat feel less random than in the previous games. And vehicles in it have improved with better maneuverability and smoother ground controls, making the whole experience much more fun and dealing more damage. We also got a look at the hero versus hero battle as Rey, Han Solo, and Darth Maul. Definitely the trailer was pretty great, and go check that out because I know at E3 they show off some more gameplays, so go check that out if you're interested. Game on PC that's been out for a while is Black Desert, and that is coming to the Xbox One early 2018. And the news was announced during Microsoft's E3 press conference. And the people that have the Xbox One X will have an added bonus of 4K support. Additionally, Black Desert will launch as an Xbox One console exclusive, suggesting the game may eventually make its way to other platforms some point in the future, perhaps. Like I said, the game's currently available for PC as Black Desert Online, and it is kind of like a sandbox style MMO if you're into that, and you have to pay to play. So, you have to do that at least once. So another game, The End of Nye by Edmund McMillen. If you don't know McMillen by now, he's famous for The Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy. But he has a new game, like I said, The End of Nye, and it will be releasing on the Nintendo Switch. And it focuses on Ash and his attempt to navigate a post-apocalyptic world packed with hazards and enemies. The game launches on Steam on July 12th, with the Switch version coming later. So that's pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I saw the trailer and I was like, wow, this seems pretty interesting. So I'm definitely gonna keep a close eye on that game. A game that some of you have never heard about, that's returning, I guess, to the video game market. Bubsy has a new game on the way, and yeah, if you don't know who he is, that's probably a good thing. He has a new game, like I said, coming to the PS4 and PC, and the last time he was in a video game was 21 years ago with the original Bubsy game, Bubsy 3D, and 24 years since Bubsy made his first debut on the Super Nintendo with Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind. The new game, called Bubsy The Woolly Strikes Back, also appears to mark the return of Bubsy's original publisher, Accolade Game, which is promising to make a comeback with a host of new games. They, quote, get ready for the return of iconic games and franchises like Bubsy, Hardball, Slave Zero, Deadlock, Eradicator, Red Lion, and more. The publisher also said Bubsy, The Woolly Strike Back is out sometime this fall. So, yeah, nobody expected this to happen, and it did. So, yeah, that's one thing. Kind of reliving the 90s. But, yeah, Bubsy. Go check that out if you're not familiar with him. Pretty funny. We did get a taste of something of a video game we should already have by now, but whatever. Kingdom Hearts 3. We got a new Japanese trailer, and it basically shows Sora falling down into a squadron of Heartless, where he attacks them with spin leaps, like hovering flip strikes and magic powers. He does a combo with Goofy, and the graphics just look amazing. And Sora, Donald, Duck, and Goofy, and Hercules are battling on Mount Olympus. We see some characters like Hades, Maleficent, and Pete. They talk about a hidden item. And the teaser trailer that we saw, we got a new glimpse of a new area and a boss fight. And the trailer then becomes a trailer for something else. It actually it is asking people to tune in to D23 Expo. That's Disney's Expo on July 15th, so a month from now. And Square Enix says it will present a new world and new trailer for the game. So hopefully they show more than Mount Olympus and Hercules. I want to see what else is going on. I want to see more worlds, newer villains, and newer heroes to partner up with. I just want Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out already. I don't know about you, but I do. But at least we got a new trailer. That's for sure. So another game. Cuphead. Studio MDHR. Cuphead was announced in 2014 on the Xbox One. And now it finally has a release date on September 29th on the Xbox One and PC. Cuphead is a boss battle focused platformer drawn in the style of the 1930s animation, including original jazz recordings. So it's kind of like a Steamboat Mickey or like Felix the Cat. I think it was kind of like that. But yeah, so you can play on your PC if you have a Windows 10 computer like I do. So I'm definitely looking forward to Cuphead because I don't have an Xbox One. So another game called The Darwin Project is being developed by Scavenger Studio. And it is a multiplayer survival game coming to Xbox One consoles and Windows PC. And apparently it's like Xbox's answer to class-based online shooters like Overwatch. You can adopt the role of several different characters with different abilities, and basically be the last one alive. Showed on the trailer was like a player able to protect themselves with like a shield, another one to fly short distances, another one to like look through the walls. So seems pretty interesting. The point is to be the last one alive. There's like 7-8 of you, I believe. But yeah, it launches on Xbox One, and it will launch on the Xbox One X. Some other games that I found that were talked about on the PC gaming for today's E3 is XCOM 2. It's getting a new expansion, so that's pretty cool. Age of Empires Definite Edition will deliver 4K graphics and other updates. So that's pretty nice that they're redoing Age of Empires. Total War Warhammer 2 will have 4 factions, and it arrives September 28th. So that's pretty nice, not too bad, a couple months away. A new trailer for a game called Battletech. It's currently in closed beta, showed off the game's single-player mercenary campaign, and the game will also have a single-player skirmish mode and a multiplayer skirmish mode. The campaign will have you fighting across star systems, doing jobs, and much more. So that game is called Battletech. As I mentioned before, PlayerUnknown's Battleground. They're getting climbing features, vaulting features, and weather updates. They will get modding sometime down the line, and as well as 2 new maps, one in Peru, another one in the Adriatic. But mostly the developer's focus is on creating a stable environment. So that's pretty nice. A game called Wildlands is a polygonal crafting, exploration, survival, sandbox game. Bohemia Interactive made sure that Wildlands will support in-game modding and an in-game editor. The Apple version of the game is available as part of the developer's incubator program, and it will hit Steam Early Access soon. The creator of Don't Starve and Mark of the Ninja has a new RPG coming out called Griftlands, a cartoon-like role-playing game packed with morality choices, and it's set to release in late 2017 or early 2018. A game called Lawbreakers. It gets 2 new betas and a release date and a price. So the final closed beta is June 28th. The open access beta is June 30th. Epic game designer Cliff Bleszinski hits PC and PlayStation on August 8th for $30. That's who the studio is founded by, Epic Games, Cliff Bleszinski. Tunic, that's another game coming out. It features a fox, and it comes out, it's a isometric pixelated game, and it comes out in 2018 on Mac, Windows, and consoles. Middle-earth Shadow of War gets a new campaign, so that's pretty cool. It will include a mini campaign with a playable female elf named Altareal. Killing Floor 2 gets a summer sideshow content this week. Free expansion includes new challenging modes, weapons, minigames, skins, and some frightening characters like Strong Pound, the Bearded Lady, Pukey the Clown, the Monkey Man, and much more. And that will hit on June 13th, so tomorrow. And it only lasts 1 month, so that's unfortunate. Something that happened today, actually, or late last night, Ubisoft announced Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. It's a game that combines, Nintendo characters like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, and Ubisoft's Raving Rabbids in a tactical turn-based RPG. It will release on August 29th on the Switch. And everybody has like these Mega Man style cannons that they shoot off, and it's kind of like XCOM, like they run around to hide behind cover, shoot each other. It's interesting. I'll have to see more. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, but I'll definitely look into it. So yeah, last but not least, I found out that if you live in South Korea, there's a new law that's going to be passed there. As of June 21st, anyone caught creating and distributing video game hacks will be facing some serious penalties, and it's become illegal in South Korea. And Game Talk, a Korea news site, stated that the law was passed last December and going into effect later this month. Apparently, if you're guilty of the crime, you could be facing $50,000 fine or be looking at 5 years in prison for for game hacking. So yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. South Korea actually takes it all serious. But yeah, I know that was a lot, and hopefully tonight won't be too much, and the next following days for E3. Well, once again, thank you for listening to this special edition of Game Pulse and E3 News. I'm Nick, your host, and catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, and happy gaming.